under the soft golden light of sunset. Hauser stepped quietly out of a small rental car in the familiar streets of Pula. There were no cameras, no managers, no screaming fans, just silence. The kind of silence he hadn't felt in years. He pulled his cap lower over his face and walked slowly down the narrow road that once carried his childhood dreams. The stone houses looked smaller now. The air smelled of the sea, just like it did when he was a boy running home after music lessons. Cello case almost bigger than his body. He stopped in front of his old house. The paint had faded. The wooden gate creaked the same way it always had. For a moment, he didn't move. He wasn't the global superstar anymore. He wasn't the confident performer filling arenas. He was just Stjepan, the quiet boy who practiced for hours while other kids played football outside. He remembered the struggles, the early mornings, the strict teachers, the competitions where he felt he wasn't good enough. There were nights he cried silently in his room, wondering if he should give up. Music wasn't always glamorous. It was lonely. It demanded everything. He walked toward his old music school building nearby. The windows were closed now, but he could almost hear the echo of scales and classical pieces drifting through the hallways. He smiled faintly, remembering how nervous he used to feel performing for small school audiences, hands trembling, heart racing. And now, he had performed in the greatest halls in the world. But standing there, he realized something surprising. Those small performances meant just as much as the biggest stages. An elderly neighbor stepped outside and stared at him for a moment. Her eyes widened slowly. "Stjepan," she whispered. He removed his cap and smiled gently. "Yes, it's me." Her eyes filled with tears. "We always knew you would go far," she said. Those simple words hit him harder than any standing ovation ever had. They talked briefly about his parents, about the old days, about how proud the town was of him. No interviews, no flashes, just warmth. Before leaving, Hauser opened the trunk of his car and carefully took out his cello. He sat on the small stone steps outside his childhood home. The street was empty. The sky turned pink and orange above him. Then he began to play. Not for fame, not for applause, not for millions of views. He played for the boy he once was. The melody was soft at first, then deeper, filled with emotion, gratitude, pain, love, memory. The notes floated through the quiet street like a conversation between past and present. A few neighbors stepped outside, drawn by the familiar sound. They didn't clap. They didn't speak. They just listened. When the final note faded into the evening air, Hauser closed his eyes for a long moment. His journey had taken him around the world, through stadiums and spotlights. But this small street in Pula, was where the real story began. He stood, gently placed the cello back into its